Well, hello folks, L.A. Little here with TA Today, and I'm bringing you an update on the SOX. Those semiconductors, the last time we talked about it, March 25th. We're almost a month later. That setup that we talked about then, we talked about a reversal. We said that that was going to cause a range. That reversal was this bar. We spoke about it, I think, right in there on the 25th, and said, you know, that gives us that confirmation that, in fact, that reversal is going to set up a range. And we had ideally identified about the 200 area, about 193 was the low. We said sub 200 probably is about as low as it would go on the first leg down. And that would take place once we broke that swing point low, we'd get a fast move. And as you can see, that's pretty much what happened last week. They did give us a scare here after I had did the video, but that was a one-day scare. Then we got this reversal bar confirming our thoughts, and eventually the real breakdown. Now, if you look over here on the weekly, at the time, we had said that that range would be sub 200. That swing point low, which is here, may or may not break on the first trip down. That's where it is. It's at that swing point low now. Hasn't been able to break it. Got close to it. Got a little bounce going on. I'm doing this about an hour to go in the trading day on the 22nd of April. So if you're looking at this and you're trying to decide, okay, is this worth investing? Is this the buy? You know, do you buy it here? It's a little early for that. And what you want to do is you want to look at your retest regions to measure it up. Now, the lowest retest region is right here, and it's coming into it today. Because it's as a narrow bar, it doesn't have a wide price spread. It may actually get over that, and matter of fact, should get over that and get back up into this one. This is going to be the key one. You've got a second one over here that's overlapping. That price area up there around 212 up to about 218, that's where you should find supply, and you should find decent supply in this area if in fact this range is going to continue, which I expect it will. Now, we could get higher. We could, break through this and still have a range, right? We still could have the range that is already developed continue to build out, but the way it's set up, what the market's telling us so far, the way it came down, I would expect that range I just drew in, those retest regen zones, are probably going to hold. Now, best case, if the range is going to develop, is you could get up to there, and you get into the bottom of that reversal bar and the top of this reversal bar. That would be best case on the first bounce. So if you're looking to trade this and you're trying to buy into it, you're going to try and buy in as low as you can to these bottoms. If it gets a little bit under it, that's fine. Probably going to bounce back up. I suspect this is the bottom of the range for now. You're going to probably get back into this bar at least, and potentially as high as this. That's the trade on the way back up. You could do the same numbers over here on the weekly, but that's the setup. Now, what I expect to happen is they're going to try and break this swing point low before it's over. And if they do, that's going to define a longer term range than we originally talked about. We talked about a short term range, which is over here developing. On the intermediate term time frame, the weekly, it's not certain that that's going to be a range setup that's going to last for weeks. If we're over on the daily, you can expect 6 to 7 weeks max. Usually, anywhere from 4 to 7 is about average. If you get over onto the weeklies, right, you could go months. You could go through a good 3-4 months. And so it's a big difference whether it breaks on the on the weekly versus on the daily. The daily's already broke. The weekly's still holding. So for right now, you have to say it's a short-term time frame range. Going to get a bounce in that range. And then we'll see on the next trip down, whenever it comes, whether the market allows for a break of the weekly, which would define a longer term range trade. That's it for this time. Until next, have a great one. Stay safe. I'll see you then.